Hey guys, this is another video from Algebra 2 teacher Mr. And today I will be going over compound and continuous compound interest. And I'm actually sponsored by Mihoyo today, and I will be promoting their all-new action RPG turn-based video game, Honkai Star Rail, throughout this lesson. So I'll include little bits and pieces there, So starting off, we have what is interest. In order to know how to do compound interest, we need to know what interest is as a whole, right? So interest is the money you make off an initial investment. And this typically happens within financial situations such as banks, stuff like that. And the variables that really matter that get you the most money or the bank the most money is the time that you put your investment in for. So if you invested for 10 years, you would make more than, 1 year. The initial investment, as, your interest will be more, and also the interest rate, as it takes a bigger chunk of that initial investment. And an example of the currency of what you would invest is stellar jades, which you can see there, which is from the video game Honkai Star Rail, right? And let's move on to periodic, which is another name for just compound, versus continuous compound interest. So periodic and continuous interest accounts for the initial investment, or the principal, and also the money that you have made through the past investments, right? While simple interest, which we will not be going over in this video lesson, but you should be aware that simple interest does not account for past investments, and it does not compound interest on top of what you already have. And that means that since compounding, every time you compound your interest, you get more and more each time, right? So that means that this is an exponential relationship. However, the difference between periodic and continuous, which is the specific time intervals, which is one of the variables that matter in how much money you get, and how often you compound, right? Because periodic, it relies on specific time periods like every week or every year, while continuous is basically always compounding, which gets you a lot more. And the formulas for these types of interest are A equals P 1 plus R over N to the NT. And I remember this as AP, right now, nice try, right? The little acronyms, if you will. And for continuous compound, it is PT equals P ERT, which is APERT. And PT is also A in some formulas. And P obviously represents the principal, your initial investment. R the rate, T time, same thing for compound. And N in compound is how many times a year you're compounding. So let's test your knowledge. Question 1. You invest 5,000 stellar jades in the hit video game Honkai Star Rail into an account with an annual interest rate of 3.5%. If the interest is compounded annually, how much money will you have after 3 years? Please pause the video and solve this. Okay, the answer, the work is up there, and you can see I used the APRN nice try formula, and at the end, after you do all those calculations, you end up with 5,536 stellar jades, because even though you have 0.72 left, you cannot have a portion of a stellar jade. This will be on the final exam. Please remember this. And question 2, you borrow $1,000 from Mohanty Bank of Economic Fortune at an annual interest rate of 2.5%. If the interest is compounded continuously, how much will you owe after 5 years? Please pause the video and solve. And the work is up there, and you end up having $1,132.43 in debt. You're going to need to pay a lot to Mohanty Bank. And that's it, guys. Short lesson. I hope you learned a lot. And please download Honkai Star Rail. It's a great game. And I made more off of this sponsorship than I make in a year. So, bye.